Happy Monday. Welcome to have everybody here. So the reason I was thinking of doing this particular training is because how many of us are getting emails galore from builders? We have inventory. We have incentives. I saw yesterday Pulte's giving $15,000 in closing cost assistance. Hello? Crazy. Tons of inventory, tons of things ready to close this month, next month, and the following month. When is this? Lennar is paying regular commission. Lennar. You know how I feel about Lennar, right? So I also was talking to an agent whose husband works for KB. He was in another community, I can't remember, it was Davenport, moved to Claremont. In both communities, they have cancellation rates of 49%. 49%. You know what that means? They're desperate. We like this. Okay, tables have turned. So what does this mean for us as agents? Well, I'm going to tell you what, it's time to get in with your on-sites. And the reason is this. Has anybody heard of the Golden Handcuff? Does anyone know what that means? When you're an on-site agent, you can't leave. Oh yes, Hotel California. Because if you leave, it's worse than if you work for me.
No idea what we're talking about.
Okay, what that means is, if you leave, okay, first of all, most places pay draw against commission, not a salary, which means they're paying you every week, right? But that's adding up. You have to pay that back in your commission. Yeah, it's called draw against commission. That is the typical. There are a couple builders that pay a little salary, but most builders do not do that. Most builders pay what's called draw against commission. So that adds up, adds up, adds up. So if you're in a new, a to-be-built community, it may take several months to build, but as soon as you start closing, they pay back your draw first, and then you start to make money. Not typically too terrible. I say typically. Here's another problem. Let's say you decide to leave. All your backlog, it's not like in general real estate where you get paid. You get paid nothing. They pay you zero. All of that money that you have backlogged does not go to you. It goes to whoever takes over for you. You get paid zilch, which is why it's called the Golden Handcuff. You either stay and get paid or you leave and get nothing. Number one. But you also have to pay back your draw. You have to pay to leave. Yeah. Welcome to the world. Now, sometimes builders don't go after you. Sometimes they do. Yeah, it depends on the builder. So here's another beauty, right? So imagine you haven't gotten paid for 4-6 months because what? You had a supply chain issue, or you couldn't get windows. You couldn't get, the brackets for the roofs. You couldn't get all these crazy things, right? So you couldn't close anything. So you kept building up your draw. But you didn't care. You were being tough to people because you're like, you gotta stay here and we can resell it, and right? And you're being tough on realtors because you're cutting down commissions and you're like, it doesn't matter. And then what happens? Oh, it's called an adjustment, isn't it? Right? And now what's happening to especially communities that are 400 and 500,000? People can no longer perhaps qualify because the interest rates have changed. Right, Maria? So now you have people falling out. You have other people who are like, I don't want to buy this anymore. You have all sorts of reasons why people are canceling. And now you have the on-site who's panicking more than the builder. The on-sites are panicking even more than the builder because their draw is huge. 4 to 6 months of draw that has added and added and added. And they see their backlog going down, down, down. And now what do they have to do? They have to find new people to buy those homes, because if they don't, how are they even going to pay back the draw? Never mind make any money. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, the builders are, you can see desperation in the builders. How? They're adding incentives. They're not giving you bonuses yet. So they're not that desperate, right? We haven't seen that. When you see builders giving bonuses, they're desperate.
I saw one of them.
Oh, which one?
I think you were working. I saw one of them.
Look, I have one.
Leave it to DR.
I have a DR that's supposed to close this morning. The customer emailed me last night. I'm not.
Well, and I'll tell you what, DR for sure, I know this is a fact, is doing what they can to make it close.
And they already dropped the price 18 grand.
They are dropping 18 grand. See, I
They
heard
dropped
that.
18 grand and he's still not closing.
And he's
He's
still not closing. Look at that. So builders are getting nervous. On-site are panicked. Panicked. So what does that mean? Go make a best friend with an on-site. This could be your best opportunity to get the best deals on leftover inventory. You'll know if they have back pocket money. Because if every time a home is closer to completion, the builder gets more desperate. The builder will be willing to walk away on margin every time it gets closer to completion. If that home is done, they will lose money on that home. They will be okay doing that because it costs them money to buy the materials, to pay for the land. Maybe they got a loan on it. Then also they have to pay for the workers. Their cost is compounded daily. So when they close, in terms of the fact that the home is ready, that's closing for them, right? Guess what? They're in trouble if they don't have someone to buy it. That home costs them more money every day that is done. Okay, I know. I was a regional director for a builder. I know what those profit and loss sheets look like. So trust me, you will get your best deal on a home that's done. And the closer to completion will be the better deal. You follow me? A to-be built, you don't have any luck. Good luck. They're not going to work with you. They don't care. They're not going to put themselves in position in a to-be built. But something that they're in the ground with, we like to call that they're pregnant. Okay, they can't go back on that. So
Are
this.
they lowering their base prices now?
I have not seen any. Why would they lower the base price? That's going to kill their appraisals in the community. Builders, the last thing a builder's going to do, and if they're doing that, they're stupid. And who's their regional director? Because I'm going to smack them upside the head. The last thing a builder should ever do is lower the base price.
So, but maybe the amenities.
Yeah, so they're going to lower the lot price. The first thing they're going to lower, because a lot price is a made up price. Okay, when I go into a community and I see land, I decide myself based upon outside comps how much I think people will be willing to pay. That is a price that is decided by usually a regional director. We come in and we decide how much do I think this lake lot is worth. Is it a lake? Is it a pond? Does it matter? Right? In Windermere, they're going to be willing to pay more than maybe they would in Kissimmee, right? But how much more? These are the things that you got to do based on the comps in the area. And it's a number that is, it's not really based upon anything concrete, if you will. It's not like we take the price per square foot of the land and we didn't know. Okay, so those numbers are the first things that they can work with. Lot price, lot premiums, they're made up. Okay, number two, margins on most of the things that they have in the design center, they usually have at least a 30% margin. Some items that have, Liani, some margins they have bigger than 30, some margins are less than 30. I'm going to tell you the higher, so for example, granite. Certain granites, they have a higher margin on than other granites. You're going to know that because they change what is a level 1, what is a level 2 all the time, right? It's based upon what they can get. Same thing with level 1 tile, level 2 tile, level 3 tile. That's why you never, when you're in a design center situation or you're negotiating with a builder, right? What you don't do is you don't come and get a flat price. That is, you just did the worst thing for your customer. You know, agents think they're so good. Oh, I just got $20,000. I just got $50,000. Good, big deal. That means nothing because if they go spend it on a level 5 tile, they just ate it up in margin because that's where the builder's getting the best margin. If you came and you were smart and you had them pick out their options and then you make them give you specific options, now you're really negotiating for your customer. Because let me tell you, options are different based upon what they're picking. So if you really want to negotiate the best for your customer, you make them go to the design center, you make them pick out the options they want, and then you negotiate, I want level 1 tile, level 3 tile, whatever it is, and all of the first floor. I want to get level 3, whatever it is, that's what you make them put in the contract. You don't make them put a dollar amount, you're letting them off easy. That is the worst way to negotiate with the builder for your customer. I mean, trust me, they hate me when I come in, but that is the best way to get the most money for your customer because it's all about their margins. And we know it. You know, with pools, we had terrible margins because the reality is we never wanted to build them anyway. We don't build them. We had outside builders. So we would always say, do it later, add it on after. We had horrible margins on pools. Pools were terrible and they were a big problem. And we always had to deal with the outside vendor who always messed up. It was a mess. We'd rather not, even if we could get a margin. The only one who ever wanted to do anything with pools is Meritage, because Meritage had a decent pool builder that they got margins off of. That's the only one. You ever see anybody who did anything with pools? Meritage. And that's why. So it's always interesting. And it depends on your purchasing director, what they're able to negotiate and how, and every builder is different because it's depending on their purchase director and how he can work out what kind of supplies he's going to be getting and the price point. Everybody deals with Mohawk, right? But it depends on how much of the Mohawk, which is flooring, how much are you buying, right? How much you're buying at one time is going to determine the price of that. And that's how they're getting the pricing and the margins. You should have seen my spreadsheets. They were really insane. But I knew the margins on everything. And like I said, on average, it's about 30% markup. Just so you know, but it varied so much based on level. Absolutely. Okay, is everybody with me on that? So if you are looking at an inventory home, they're all speccing these out right now. You know why? Because they're very, very particular about what they're putting in that home. They're trying to keep their option costs down. They're putting in their lowest option cost things. So whatever the cheapest tile is for them, that's what they're putting in. Whatever the cheapest granite or whatever the countertop, that's what they're putting in because they're trying to keep those costs low so that they can sell it that way. And so they have higher margins when they're selling that home. Plus, they know that a lot of people want to buy the home once they've seen it. So a lot of builders are only selling on spec right now. Have you noticed that? A lot of people are not doing to-be-builts because of also the supply chain issues. They don't want to be stuck trying to build this home and God knows what it's going to end up costing them when it's actually ready, right? So these are all things. Now you have a situation though, because builders have been doing this, that what's happening? Now they're sitting there with all these contracts where people are walking away. What?
They have carrying costs.
Carrying costs of everything, which is compounding as they get closer and closer to closing day. So first recommendation is go visit communities. Bring a cup of coffee for one of the on-sites. Do not make besties with every on-site. That's the worst thing you can do. You have to make a bestie with one on-site. Yeah, you be nice to everybody, but you make a bestie with one purpose. Because then that one feels like they have a special relationship with you. So that one's going to be looking out for you and you're looking out for that one. Okay. And then when something comes on, they'll be like, oh my God, Oksana, I got the perfect thing for you. Right. That's what you want. If you're just nice to everybody, no one's going to think about you. It's kind of like when you market to everybody, you're marketing to no one. It's the same thing. You need to create specific special relationships with one special on-site. So you have to drop in more than once. You can't just buy coffee one time. You got to pop in. And the best way to do it is pop in with customers. And you find out their days that they're working and you make a point to set an appointment with that person. If you pop in and you're working with the other person, guess what you just did? You blew your relationship with that other on-site. Yeah, if I'm on site and you're supposedly my buddy and you come in and work with Lori, yeah, great buddy. You knew I was my day off and you didn't even call me. Oh, sorry, they were just, you know what? You could have called me ahead. I might have came in on my day off for you. You know, that's what happens. On-sites do come in on their days off if they feel like it's a good customer. You call me ahead, you're like, carry their cash. I just want to give you the heads up. Or I could have looked at something with Lori, depending on our relationships. Some on-site floors are hyper competitive. Lori and I are out to kill each other. Some on-sites, Lori and I are besties. I'd be like, Lori, you cover me, I'll cover you. So it just depends. You don't know how competitive that floor is. It depends on the builder, depends on the agents, depends on the on-sites. I mean, my floors, my people covered each other because that's the kind of floor I ran. But other on-sites, they're out for blood. So we've all been there, right? We've seen how those people are like mean to each other. But you have to respect that and you have to understand and kind of get a feel for that. Also, really important number one thing, you walk in with that customer, do not try to act like you are the expert. Okay? Don't ever do that. I don't care if you know something they don't know. It's just like if I'm with you on a listing presentation and I want to show something, I'm never going to say, no, that's not how you do it, right? I'm never going to make you look bad. I'm going to say, would you mind if I try something? Because I want to make it look like you're the expert and you're helping me. right? So you have to do that as the onsite. When you go in with their customer, you have to say, this is Lori Cook. She is the expert here. She knows everything about the community, everything about their build quality. If she's going off rail and you know she's wrong, you have to say, Lori, can I try this? Would you mind if I try something? Is it right that blah, 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 right? And if she still says something wrong, you do not correct her in front of your customers. You talk to her aside when they're not there. Hey, Mary, because if you do, and you make her look bad in front of your customers, what's going to happen is that you've just lost her. She will
Well,
never.
do you want her interested? If that's the case, if she's
Maybe.
always yucky?
No. You don't pick someone always yucky. But sometimes folks don't know everything. But you can't challenge them in front of your customer. If you challenge them in front of your customer, they're never going to want to work with you. And let me tell you, we as on-sites, we have a list of blackballed agents. We have people that we don't want to work with. We have people that we say, just leave them at the door and walk away. Yeah, we'll be like, don't ever call that one. We talk amongst other builder reps. Oh my God, do you ever talk to that one? Oh, she's the worst. Oh, don't think they don't talk about you. They talk about you good, or they talk about you bad. They talk more about the bad ones than the good ones. They really don't like to talk about the good ones because they don't want to share the best ones, right? They don't want other agents to know from other builders who their good agents are, but they do talk about the bad ones. And by the way, 9.5 out of 10 of them are not realtors. None of them are part of the board, which means what? None of them are part of the code of ethics. So can they talk about you? Yeah. Can you hold them, to the code of ethics? No. So when they say, can you believe she did this, that, and the other thing? Can you hold them accountable to that? No. So my point here is you got to be really careful when you're building. This is a great time right now for you to build your opportunity, because if you could create a special line, let me tell you, a lot of agents built their whole business off of builder stuff. Peter Lou did. How do you think Peter Lou took over Lauria Park? David Weekley. David Weekley, he did open houses for David Weekley. The agents knew him. They would call him all the time. When they had somebody who needed to sell their home, they would call Peter Lou. That's how he did it. He'd be the first person to tell you. It's all about creating relationships, okay? Christy Keene did the same thing. That's how she built her. Actually, Carrie Belch just had one. She couldn't believe it, but this was because of her customer. Her customer went in, and the next thing she knows, she's getting added to a contract. She's like, oh my God, I'm just getting paid. What is this about? Because they added her, but that was her customer who did this. You know when it really works? When the builder agent calls you and says, hey, Oksana, I have these buyers. They need a little help with credit. Can I add you to the deal and you give them back a little money? Excuse me, anybody in this room not want free money? Okay. I had a builder team. We did that all over town. You know how great that is? To have builders, reps that are your reps only, that when they need somebody to add onto a deal, they call you and say, hey, would you mind giving a little credit back? Do we mind that? No, we're good with that. Happy to help you any way we can. Guys, you didn't bring these people. You don't even know them. Have me all day long. Yeah, sure. What do you need? Happy to help. The other thing we did, and this is going to happen, they need a home to sell. They call you, Teresa. I have these people they want to buy, but they have to sell their home. Can you help them? Guys, this is what you want. And right now, when these people are desperate, you have an opportunity to become their friend. And the other reason you have an opportunity to become their friend is because you're going to start seeing the volatility of the market. You're going to start seeing agents drop out, right? As the market starts to tighten, agents are going to leave. Good for each and every one of us, isn't it? So this is an opportunity for you to grow your business through new construction. Trust me, I did new construction for years. This is how you're going to build your business. Everybody with me? Anybody have any questions? Anybody been doing this? I know you're not, because Pippa has. Pippa's got builders calling her. Pippa's got builders giving her deals. See, there you go.
I had that too.
See?
And my broker was mad. Why they called you? We didn't know. Yeah, they don't know. They said, have something for you guys.
every
Yep.
time.
Because I'm always remind them, sometimes like once a month to say, hey, anything, do you know how long, and then they keep that in mind.
And more importantly, now next time, stop by with a cup of coffee, stop by with some lunch. You know what I mean? Show them the love. Show them the
Bring
love.
clients when it's slow.
Always bring them customers. Even if you're not sure that the customer is going to be a good fit, but you're in the area, bring them by. Show them the value. And here's the number one thing. Know the value proposition of the builder. Know what they do well. Okay. Every builder does different things well. I'm not saying every builder does good things, but every builder does different things well, right? I mean, I can't tell you KB does anything good because I like to call them KB crap, but they are a good low price point. So I'm going to say work with builders that you know what their value proposition is, know what the community is good for, know what, and have that agent tell you what are the best things in this community, what are the best things that this builder is known for. Remember those things, keep a spreadsheet of those things. And that's when you walk in, you're going to help that on-site agent sell the home. You're going to help them do that. And then they're going to love you for it. That's how you build your business with new construction. Everybody with me? There was a course. I don't know if anybody took it in here. They used to do it down in Celebration, not Celebration, the Four Corners. They give you some kind of BS certification and take you through with the little map thing. And did anybody do that in here?
Yeah, but we looked into it, we never did it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. The guy who was teaching it never even worked on site. And what was really funny, it was a good idea though, because at least you did go to see other builders. So I never had a problem with it, but the guy who was teaching it to really teach this stuff, guys, you had to have worked on site. I worked on site. I worked as a sales manager. I worked as an area manager. I worked as a regional director. I could tell you everything from the inside out. That's the great thing. If you ever want to know the real deal, I know the real deal. I worked it. So this is the real deal. And I'm telling you, everything I'm telling you, this is true. This is how it works. The other thing that's true is we sit there and curbside qualify. We totally do. But this is the fun. Have some fun with the on-site people. Don't be, keep a good relationship. Laugh with them. If they're jerks, don't work with those guys. Work with the other person. Move on to a different community, right? There's plenty of communities, but pick a great community that you can drop by frequently and drop by with customers. That is the number one thing. If they see you have customers, they're going to call you. You know what's the worst? We used to have a lot of beautiful events at Centerline, tons of them. We'd see the same realtors come and eat all our food, come in all of our events, never bring customers. Those were never the people I'd call. Never would call those people. We had a top list. My agents would pull out their list of their top agents. Always. Those are people who didn't come to our events. They didn't have time. They were too busy working. The people who came to all these events and ate all this food, they never did any business. And we all laughed about it. We're like, oh, which lazy realtor is going to come today? It's true. We knew that. Okay. So that's the reality. You've got to get and talk to them and get the insight. Now, this is the other thing. They have incentives oftentimes that they don't advertise. This is the other beautiful thing. So what we want to talk about is if you could find out about some secret incentives, you could use this to get customers, right? That is the beautiful thing. So if you become the person who has these special incentives, this is where it can be really good. Now, the other thing is you can create good relationships with small builders. We can actually list their homes. Pippa, how many listings do we now have for builders with the ABI? Yeah, so Alistair Brown's team, we just listed down Hutchinson Island. We have 5, we have 14 more coming, then another 8 or something, right? We're doing the whole community. He's got another community in Kissimmee he's gonna give us. We've got how many in Reunion? 14 in Reunion. These are direct from builders.
And then North Carolina was awesome.
Right, which we can't, that has to do through the ABI UK company. But this is the thing. This is about getting to know builders direct. Barcelona Homes would come direct to us. We actually did all of their design center right in our Lake Nona office. Meet the small builders. Talk to the small builders direct. If you want me to come meet with them, I will be happy to meet with them with you. let us represent them. If they have a model, they want to help sell it, we can put it in the MLS for them and help bring it through the Sotheby's network. Give us one, we'll help them sell it. Don't feel like you can sell it by yourself. Let me come with you. I will go on any developer meeting with you. Okay, but this is how you can grow your business with listings and with buyers. Everybody good on that? Okay, so let me share my screen. Any questions? Everybody's so quiet and just staring at me like, I don't know if you're scared of me. So, Miss Beverly. So this is what we're gonna do today. Has anybody put this on their website? This is something you all need to have right now. We know people are going to want to be looking for new homes. There are new homes and there's inventory right now. So this is something you can put on your website. Now, to receive information on the best deals in new construction, how about something about having insider deals on new construction? Now, how can you have insider deals? Create relationships with on-sites, right? Now, could you do this? Another thing, by the way, when you really can work with on-sites, a lot of on-sites will give you unbranded stuff to let you advertise. So it depends on who you're dealing with. We've had a lot of on-sites been able to give us unbranded material that they say, go and market this. So it depends on the builder. Lennar's not going to do that. But there are smaller builders that will do that with their on-sites. So it depends on the relationships you're creating. But this one, does anybody know who this links through? The New Home Source. Okay, so everybody log into your MLS and you got to go into the New Home Source. So let's all try this. And you got to be in your hub and then go into your website. While everybody's doing that, I'm going to share a couple of key little pieces of information. So I was working all weekend at the Florida Realtors Convention. I had all my District 12 and for Aura Board of Directors, and then I was at the Florida Realtors Board of Directors meeting. And there were some really interesting things that came out of it. One thing that I really found most interesting was that we have the most lawsuits right now against Florida Realtors, 14. And interestingly enough, we actually had to hire outside counsel. We have that many going on. And a couple out in Illinois, what they're suing for is for buyer's representation. They're trying to say that they shouldn't have to use a realtor. So far we've been able to keep that at bay, but I just want you guys to be aware of that. That is something that the National Association of Realtors is really working very hard to make sure that we still have the opportunity to represent both sides of that deal. They're trying to, there's several attorneys, mostly in Illinois. There was one other state, which I don't have my notes in front of me, that they're trying to do away with buyer's representation. Ridiculous. The other thing that I found out, which was very interesting, as you guys all know, the NAR Clear Cooperation came from a lawsuit with the Department of Justice. You guys all remember that? And 7 months after we changed everything and we complied with everything, the Department of Justice reneged. So it's not settled. So we're still fighting hard to make sure that we're doing everything to show for transparency. We're doing everything to represent the customers in the best way. But the Department of Justice lawsuit is still ongoing. It is. So very interesting. I don't know where that's going to go, but I will keep you guys informed on that one. And again, to let you know, Orange County did pass to try to put onto the ballot in November for rent control, which obviously is a huge problem for ownership rights. Obviously doesn't solve any problems for affordable housing, creates a slumlord situation is what it really does. Anybody who's from New York knows that. So the Florida Realtors actually is in a lawsuit right now against Orange County. So hopefully that lawsuit will keep that off of the ballot and we will work towards better solutions for affordable housing in terms of maybe keeping down impact fees to encourage more building, allowing more opportunities in opportunity zones to have people build more there, trying to put more houses in the ground for people to live in affordable housing. That's what's going to help the affordable housing problem, not controlling rent. That's not going to do anything to help affordable housing. So that's the kind of the update on the major issues. Anybody have any thoughts or questions on any of that? I just wanted to catch you up on that. Those were some of the big things that came up this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, well, when you log in to your MLS, that's the first page that should open up. If it doesn't, when you are,
Mine goes to this.
You can also get to new home on, if you go to the actual matrix, and you know how at the
Yeah.
bottom you have all of those other
yeah,
things you can click at the bottom.
if you're here on Matrix,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll show you how to get there. Okay, so you're there, you got there. So yeah, I'll show, yeah.
It's here, but then you scroll down and all
Yeah.
of them are listed over.
Yeah, I'll show everybody if it goes over there. Let's see. I may have to log back in again, which would be a real annoying thing. Okay, so yeah, so if you're in the if you've opened up right here, you have all these things right here, and you can go down to the new homes,
Down.
new home source professional. You guys see that? So you click on it from there. And then when it opens, to your point, you open on that main page, this new home source. And to get where I was, you want to click on your name. You want to make sure that your account is all accurate too, by the way, because obviously they're going to go to this page that you can track to see what people are clicking on. Because you can see my showing. See, this is your site that you're going to see. So here's the site details. You want to make sure all this information is accurate. Your headshot, your logo, your background, you can put on there, whatever you want. Oh, it's exceptional to find. So true. So true. Okay, you can hit preview and then you can take a look. Let's see, on an actual site. Let's see. And this is what you see the head of that. Let's hold on. That's what it looks like. If they see my header and all of that, they can, if they went to the main page. Now, when I go back here, if I want to go to my widgets, I can manage my client activity right there. So if I actually had people looking, I click on manage my client activity. And this is where I'd see what they were actually clicking on, going to. And hello, I have nobody here. So sad. But if I had customers, this is where they would be. My clients, nobody. Let's see. Do I have anybody? Anybody? Oh, you have some people here. So sad. And these are my customers. I have not sent them anything because you know me, I actually don't do it. I just do it for training purposes, but you will be actually using it. People will be clicking on it. You can send them things, so on and so forth. But this is how you see it. Okay. And then where you put what you need to go to is your widget. And we want the iframe widget. Okay. So you just keep that open for now. Everybody good? Just keep that open. So now what I want you to do is go into your website. Everybody in your website? You have to be in your website clicked from your hub. So when you're in your hub, you have to click on website. Otherwise, you're not in your editable version of your website. So you click on website. How do you know if you can edit your website? Does anybody know? Madeline's like, I have no freaking clue. This is my first day, Carrie. Please don't even look at it. Peyton's like, I don't even have a website yet, but I have no clue. So what you would do is, let's be an agent today, shall we? Okay, once you logged into Okta, because they're gonna make you do that 5 times again. Okay? Because we wanna make sure nobody, oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy. We all laugh, we're like, oh, who's gonna break in here? So I bought a new couch, which I've been waiting for since July 4th, by the way, which is really frustrating, but it's a beautiful couch, I need to say. I got it from Bears, right? Really nice. Supposed to come on Sunday. Yesterday? Well, so last weekend I go to make sure it's coming, right? Their computer system's down. That's odd. So we're calling, we're checking. It's down company-wide. Somebody hacked in and actually stole their entire system and actually made them like pay to get it back or ransom. Yes. Is that insane? So, be thankful that we have Okta. I mean, I don't know what they're going to steal from us here, but yeah, I'm just saying. I was like, no way, that really happens. It did. It really did. All of Bears, like all of the stores. Really crazy.
You want to protect your computer from that happening, always
But that's not even the worst part. My couch is delayed a whole month. Whatever with Bears. I don't care about that. I'm so sad. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So you're going to click on your website. And when you click on your website, this is how you know it's an editable version. Let me show you. You will know because you can see that you have a bell. See this bell? Right there, and those little dots. That means that you have an editable version. If you clicked on this and I put on, let's see, Beverly.
Also, that whole tab at the top.
I know, it's not coming. I don't know. Premiere, Sotheby's, Realty.com. Gosh, it was like a lot of typing. Listen, computer says no. I don't know what to tell you. My computer doesn't like you, okay?
Yeah.
I can't be held responsible for this. Okay. But as I go into another agent who I'm not logged in as, you will see, not only do I see Beverly's beautiful face, but I do not see a bell. Or a gold line at the top. Let's go back. I don't even know what you're talking. Oh, this gold line?
I don't have a gold line. I have one.
Just look for the bell, okay?
Mine is great.
Just go for the bell, all right? Now,
Like a bell.
does anybody know what lives in the bell? No, but that's an interesting idea, but no. It's not notifications. It's all of your pages, published and unpublished. So I have 35 published pages and 59 drafts, just like everybody else, right? Doesn't everybody have that many? So if you wanted to see what you're working on, I don't really do much, so I'm like, you could go here and see what pages I'm working on. And they're all there. And then you could always edit them, right? And if you take something into draft mode and you edit it and you don't republish it, people can't see it. You can see it. And you're like, oh, it looks great. No, it doesn't. Everyone else will get a 401 error. You think it looks great, but it doesn't. Okay. Anyway, so that's how you know where something is. Now, what is the point of that? Well, because there's going to be things that I keep in my bell as published that maybe I don't want to show on my, somewhere all up top, because maybe I want it to be a secret private thing that I want to send to somebody. Porque será plusvalía. I might actually have that showing somewhere. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Let's look at it. Let's see what I got here. What's plusvalía? I probably have that somewhere. Te gustaría saber? No, I don't have this one. This is a different one. This is yours. Yes, because we. So I was doing my Spanish page with all my agents being from different countries. Everybody had a different way to say it. So I created different pages based upon the country. Puede ayudarte en cualquier parte del mundo, but the Colombians didn't like that. So I did, what is it? Rincón something rather? I don't even remember. So escribe su dirección abajo, buscar. So this one is if you're from Peru, you're going to like this page. But if you're from Colombia, no le gusta. So if I wanted to send this to a Peruvian, they would like this one. But this one is not showing up here. And this one is quiere comprar. So you'll see I did use one, but I use, la voz de la propiedad es de lujo. So this is the one I used for other people. So, but the point is that you could have multiple pages that you don't display. For example, maybe you want to create pages for owners, but you don't want to display it, but you want to have it to be able to send to an owner. You could create as much as you want and let it live in this bell, okay? That's the point of that. And then you know where to find it. Everybody with me on that? Okay, but we want to create a new page. So you're going to hit new page. So you hit the 3 dots and you hit,
That's when you go slow, okay?
okay, está bien. Toco los puntos 3. Por favor. Hit the 3 dots. Okay, now page name is your URL. You cannot change that. So you probably want to do something like new homes, new construction. I already have that one. This page already exists. New homes. I'm just going to do one Orlando. Do I have that one too? No, I don't. I'm just doing this one because I'm not going to use this one. I wouldn't do new homes Orlando. I would do like new homes, new construction, something like that. No, this will be visible and you cannot change that because I learned early on when I was just doing some random ones that actually shows. Don't do that. Do something that you like, okay? Then the page heading. So in this particular page that you saw, my Spanish page, it was, I don't know, Porque Orlando, I don't remember what I wrote, but here I would probably say new homes in and around Orlando, or if you wanted to do Deltona, Lori. Wherever you wanted to do, okay? I would do probably the same thing for your title as I do for your heading. Now, page description is good. I usually don't spend time on this because, again, I do this for training. But what you put in your description could be found in SEO. So if I wanted to say best deals, new construction, Orlando, those are the things. Like if I were searching tags and I were using my TubeBuddy on YouTube and I was finding what people are searching for, I would try to add those things into my page description because that's going to help build the SEO for this page. You all with me? Do I skip this all the time when I build a page? Yes, because I'm not really trying to do that off of my website, but should you? You should. Everybody with me? Okay. Huh? I might say best deals in new construction in Orlando. I don't know, let's see. See if that comes up. Okay. Then notice I chose to do 3 areas. It depends on what you choose to do. You see how this one's just a blank one. This one is set up. It is it's crucial that you choose how you want this to be set up. This is just with the lead capture. We can add that lead capture later, so don't worry about it. How do you want this set up? Do you just want one particular thing, or do you want to have multiple areas like I chose to do? If you want to have multiple areas like I chose to do, my recommendation to you is definitely going to be that you go ahead and pick this one because I am really good at copying code. I cannot write code. So I always pick what they've already created for us. So if you guys think you might want to do 3 areas, which you might as well, Orlando's pretty big, you pick this one. Okay, then you hit create. Did you get that? Are we
Usually
good?
she turns to me and looks and goes.
We good? Am I
good.
slow? Okay. So now we're going to add lead capture. Because to me, there's no sense in having a web page if you don't have lead capture, right? What the heck's the point of it? Stupid. So, everybody with me? I'm not going to move on until I get Beverly's eyes. I'm going to be a teacher. Anybody need help? Luciana, ¿necesita ayuda? Increíble. Imagínate. Woo, woo. I have to tell everybody, it was very funny. Aura did the first class of contracts, and actually the first class in Spanish, and it was contracts. And they had me, the gringa, teach it. So I brought Luciana. I'm like, I need you. What if it's a word I don't know? You need to be there with me. I sat her right in the front row. She was my ringer. Right? It was very good. Yeah, we laughed a lot. Let's do it again. Yeah, it was a fun class. Okay. Listo, ladies? We can move on? Okay. So now we are going to add the lead capture to this page. But before we do, we have to save this page. So to save this page, we go to the three little dots and we're going to hit save. Everybody got me? Okay. Now,
No, just don't.
hit your three little dots.
I'm already at the 3 dots. Just
Hit
one.
save. Go on save.
One create.
Oh, because it can't have a space because the URL has to be connected. This is a URL, so you have to put it together. So you could put like an underscore. You're welcome. The URL has to be connected. It cannot have a space. All right, now we are going to create a new page. So hit new page. And we're just going to call this page leads, which I already have. So I'm going to call it leads 3. Do I have that one too? No. Okay. And then we just can say leads. It really doesn't even matter. And then we're going to go to the very bottom. You see this one? That is your lead capture. And we're just going to hit create. Ooh.
So we don't need page title and page description.
All we're gonna do is use this to steal its code. We're never gonna do anything more than that. This is always gonna live in the bell under drafts.
We were looking down, you picked the one with the 3
Yep.
lines in the middle.
Yep. Okay, now click anywhere in the sentence. Click anywhere in the sentence, and notice you'll get this little box up here. See this? Okay. Now, when you click in there, I want you to hit this thing called source. You see the source? Okay, click on that. And you see all that beautiful mumbo jumbo? We're just copying it. We don't care what it is. We're just going to hit Control All and copy. That's all we want to do with that. Everybody with me? Let me see. I'm coming.
Yes, now you go back to leads.
Yeah, but now it just says new homes in and around. I know.
I deleted it and created it again. So
Yes, and then you click source, copy all that. Okay.
Where do we, Sherry, where do we pasting?
Just copy it all. And then we'll move on to that.
Yeah, so I just need to put it, okay, that's it, right?
Yep.
And this is the iframe widget, right?
We're not at iframe widget yet.
Oh,
What do I do?
We're just copying this code
From where? That's what
from
we
the
did.
source code, from this page.
Oh, that will take, go back and find this, that, where did you get
That's
that?
what you want. Now you're gonna save that page. I feel like what we're. Oh, you know what? You're not logged in. Now you're on the page as a customer.
My bell is at the top.
Oh, that's true. What the hell?
And she wants it to say in and around what she should have, and it didn't.
You can change
Yeah,
that,
no,
but
it's
it's not
control A,
reason.
I think.
He said log in.
Or command.
Why can't I hit- Oh, hold on.
Okay, so
I'm in my draft,
it's
which is
on
good.
this.
So you can edit that.
I don't
Edit.
No, it should be on the page, I don't know.
You need a laptop. I don't know what to tell you. That little laptop, iPad thing is gonna kill me. All right, so once you copy this, guys, ready? Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna save this page, and it's always gonna live in your draft as.
Where do we paste that code?
First, you're just gonna save this draft because it's always gonna live in your bell. Because whenever you need to get this source code, it's gonna be there as leads. So you're just gonna go in there and hit save, okay? I'm not going to because I already have it like a billion times. And I'm gonna go into my bell. And once you do that, you're gonna go into your bell. You're gonna go into drafts. And you're gonna open your homes in and around Orlando, or whatever you call that thing, new construction. I called mine new homes, something or other. God knows what I call them, cheese biscuits. I called mine new homes Orlando. So then you're gonna hit edit. See the little box with the thing, that means edit. And you get back to where you were. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay. Luciana, go to your bell and then go to drafts and open up the new construction one that you were working on. Everybody there? And then you're gonna go hit the 3 dots and hit edit.
I wasn't reading.
Yeah, you're done. Now you're gonna go back to the bell, open edit, and open the new homes or whatever you called it. Once you're in there, click on it. Hit the source. You're gonna get all more gobbledygook. At the very end, you're gonna hit paste. That's where you're gonna paste that code. And you're gonna hit okay.
Yeah, where's the sort, how do we find it? I saw it on an edit.
And you see? Isn't that
Maybe it's an edit.
It's like
and
I
then
can
hit
copy
source.
those. I'm so good at copying. I'm a
We go back-
copier.
we go back and edit.
Put it at the very bottom. Yep. Okay. No, let it all, oh, it should all paste it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then
So
you
what-
got-
I know that from the house.
Okay, no worries. You're in it already. And then you get the source.
No, I did not. Listen, today is Monday. I'm looking at bad side of these days. I'm ready to bathe it.
The worst week of my entire life. Making me laugh. So
What are you talking about? I appreciate your patience. Oh my goodness, today is a day. Okay. Where do we go? I knew she went somewhere. Where was it? This is my page. So now where's the lead page at? That's where I'm at. This is my draft that I work. Where do I see it? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're gonna go back into the
Okay, so I'm where I left off. Hit source, this is property. Okay, property. All right. Oh, wait, no, you gotta edit. You gotta go back in there. Select all that.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta edit.
I don't think I got it.
We'll look in there. Oh, my goodness. Here, I'm good. I just kind of one of those people that just move into a house. And,
Yeah.
You know, just stay.
Everything, yeah.
I'm a squatter.
Now,
I feel like I'm mixing. I feel like we have a-
Now you go back to introvert. And then you go back to and now.
They're still in gibberish, but
Yeah.
okay. Ready to give up.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, were you?
Now you have it. Yeah, it is.
The problem is the guy that I was talking to, like, because
Well, he was.
Yeah. He's got a lot of great stuff.
He doesn't have those kind of swords that are stuff that makes it flat, but then, you know, like, things have great size. Fire to the case.
Did you get it? Yeah. Everybody? Yes. Got it, Lori?
Yes.
All right. Coming down the home stretch. Okay, since 11 o'clock. All right, so now the last thing are the widgets, guys. That's the easy part. So you say which area you want to do the widget in. So let's say you want to do, give me an area.
Where do we put that?
So let's say you want to do an area. Where do you want to do, like?
Are we highlighting the words we don't understand?
Just that's yeah, that's actually Latin. So placeholder. No, you just highlight it. So you just highlight it and you could say winter garden. Let's see, like that, right? And then I highlight this just like that. You have to hit edit. The 3 buttons, you have to hit edit. And now I go to the new home source, the widget, and I can type in either winter garden, Florida, and I want the iframe widget. You guys see that? Okay, hold on. Go back into the MLS, into the new home source. Okay, you're gonna go, let's say you want winter garden. But I don't know what you want, but what do you want? Let's say just for now, we say winter garden. You can change it. There's gonna be homes there. That's why I think it's for like winter. So now you go into the widget. And you change this to winter garden.
And then we put it right here.
See? You want the iframe. Now you're gonna copy this. Now you go back into the page. See this? Okay.
Oh, I see. Widget.
And you type in your area and then do iframe widget. It should show up here.
So this one
You
yours.
know what, yeah, I should, well, you should.
600. All right, so what's happening, guys, is you're gonna type in the location of what you want it to be. You want it to be iframe, not HTML. When you copy this, right? Copy it all. You go back into your web page that you're creating. Sorry, Beverly, we're getting rid of you. And you highlight where you want it to go. You have to click YouTube. YouTube is the only place you can put a widget.
Where did you find YouTube?
See this little button right here?
Oh, okay.
You're gonna paste it in. I'd rather the width be 600, and I don't want it to be responsive. And I'm gonna say, okay.
600.
And voila! Woo! No, I don't know why yours didn't go in.
Make the spot.
I'll give a little unresponsive. I de-checked it.
And what else?
Uncheck make
I
responsive.
unchecked the responsive and I made it 600 width.
And then everything's right.
It was 640, 100.
Oh, that was supposed to be right there. No?
Yep.
Show player.
So then if I said, let's say Orlando, right? Then I could do the same thing. I go back to my widget and I could say enter location Orlando, Florida. And then I just copy the widget again, go back to the page, highlight the crazy Latin, click on the YouTube, paste it, get rid of the responsive, change the width to 600, hit OK. What? It's so pretty. Now I might want to make the Orlando centered and the Winter Garden centered. Maybe that's nicer. And then maybe where's the last area? Remember, I'm going to say Lake Nona. All right, let's say Lake Nona. So if I say Lake Nona, now I kind of have to go by zip code, don't I? Right? Because Lake Nona isn't really a city, is it? So if I do that, I go to widgets, and now I could put different zip codes. So I could say 32832 and 32827. See how I could put different zip codes? And see how the two zip codes are showing here? So you could do Dr. Phillips, not that there's a ton of new building here, but you could pick by zip codes. You could say Four Corners, you could, and then use zip codes there. You see what I'm saying? So you could do it by area, by zip codes, however you want to do it. Copy that. Again, go into the YouTube, paste it, take off the responsive, change the width to 600 and hit, oh, it switched. I hate when it does that. We might need me to make it maybe 550 for the width. So it didn't change the spacing. I hate when it does that. So let's see what you got. Okay.
I already copied everything.
Okay, so you want Winter Garden, was that the way you want, Winter Garden?
Yeah, it could be Winter Garden. I need Winter Garden. Like in order.
Okay, so if we do Winter Garden, where's the new home source? Oh wait, where's your new home source? Widgets. We need an iframe widget. So we're gonna say Winter Garden. See, this is this winter garden. Winter garden. Let's say Winter Garden, Florida. Select it. We're going to copy that. We're going to go back over to here. We're going to put this in YouTube. I'm going to paste this. I'm going to actually make this 570. Let's see if that's better. Let's see if that's better. Nice.
We should do. Making Honor, we did the same thing.
Yep. So let's say you wanted to do
Scary.
Lake Nona.
Not mine.
Add a space. We do the same thing. Highlight that. Nope, just this one. Lake Nona. And we're gonna go into here and we're gonna pick now the zip codes for Lake Nona, right? So that's 32832 and 32827. Oops, 27. So those are those zip codes that are Lake Nona. See what I'm saying? And so now we do the YouTube. Nice. So let's do this.
The bad.
Anytime, my
I'll
friend.
try to do the Dr. Phillips now.
Okay, now you try Dr. Phillips. And I made them 570. Let's see if that's better. Okay, anybody else needs help? Who needs help? You need help?
No,
Exactly.
I know, just keep it
You
moving.
good? Woo!
Keep it
See,
moving.
yours came out great. How'd yours come out? I tried to change 570, so it wouldn't do that. And it could just be the size of our screen, to be honest, which is really annoying, but yeah. How did yours go? I don't understand. Let me see.
It's just, that's all. It's just. So.
Oh, what are you in, Safari?
In your head and sit in the corner right now.
No, Chrome, it for some reason does not work. So if you can just reopen it, Chrome. Yeah, because this is saved. Let's save what you've done, right? So we don't lose it. Unable to save. You gotta go into.
Go.
You can leave that there, it doesn't matter. You can leave that and we can.
I'm just not gonna touch it.
Yeah, you just need your website.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
No, I don't, I've got the widget ready. I put this in there, but I see.
Are you in Chrome?
Oh, you're right. No, you did it perfect, right? You did it perfect. I have no idea why it's not letting me.
And you got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you copy it? And 3281. And hit enter. Hit enter.
So when I do,
Yes. because it didn't let me. Now go back. Anybody need any help?
Yep. Now highlight. I'll do YouTube.
Oh, Carrie at work.
Yay! See it's Chrome. Yep, YouTube. Paste. Get rid of that. Save the 570. I think so. Okay.
I usually have phone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, now you're still very much so. All right. Okay, so now we're past time, 5:14. So unfortunately, I gotta end it. All right. So let me stop my share here.
What about for headings?
Well, guys, I hope you all got something. I'm going to have to end this meeting over here, but that's how we do it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember, Thursday, I will be heading to my wedding, so there will be no training on Thursday, but and then no training on Monday because it's Labor Day. Woo, woo. So I wish you all a wonderful rest of your week, but I will be here through Wednesday. So take care, guys.